Sombre del Piso, back once again. We are in the midst, right? I keep saying that. Sombre del Piso, back once again. We are en route, right, to Queens, but we on the way out. This guy got some swords. Shoot, ready to swashbuckle. We are on Nostrand Avenue right now, which is some artery, like Flatbush, Franklin, Flushing Avenue even, Atlantic. These are all very popular avenues that run all the way through Brooklyn in various areas. So we're taking one of these to go all the way down to where the end of Brooklyn is. And then we're gonna cross over to Queens. And then we're going to find that Mexican spot that we went to the last time. We're on a fast right now. I haven't eaten anything. I had a banana. That's about it. All right, we're at Putnam. You know, putting them up. You don't need to anymore. You don't need to put your fist up and defend yourself. This is the new Brooklyn. It's a gentrified Brooklyn. You don't have to defend yourself from anything except perhaps increased overpriced rents and prices of various things. Eventually we're gonna get to yet another artery of Brooklyn, Fulton Avenue. And then from which point we have to keep walking forward. Oh, permiso, señoritas. We already know this. We have such a long way to walk. It's actually insane. It's almost like undertaking like a journey of some sort or some sort of task, right? You know that the task is gonna take X amount of hours to do, right? You've done this task plenty of times. So it's like taking it again. It's like you're starting from the complete beginning, right? So it's just annoying. It's like, oh, I gotta go through this whole thing again. It's like, oh man. We're at Monroe and Nostrand. Nostrand. A Costa Nostra. Johnny Blaze. All right. I really don't know where we're at. Someone comes and asks me what the name of this neighborhood is, like some foreigner or something. I wouldn't be able to answer the question. I mean, I know we're in Brooklyn, right? We're on planet Earth. Earth Prime. Do you know the name of this neighborhood? Bed-Stuy. Okay, thank you. I knew of Bed-Stuy, I promise. I just didn't know. I thought it was a little more east. I promise, I knew it. I feel like Bed-Stuy would look a little more gentrified than this, man. You know? I still think, listen, you want to get an apartment here for rent, it's still going to be expensive. So let's carry forth. What's this? The Mamacita Comida, Spanish y Asiana, for rent. So even if I were to give up on my quest to eat in Queens, I couldn't even eat here. It's for rent. It's no place over there. Wow, the bodega with an automatic door. I've seen it all. Hings, oh, wait, yo, what does that say? What the? Hings Coke? Coke? We're gonna keep walking. If we comment on every single sign, no, we're not gonna even get to Queens, man. At least not in this year. Hings Coke, hey, yo. Lexington. By the way, guys, Lexington is not a word. It is the name of an individual. It's a second name. Could be a first name. Name of an avenue because of its roots of being the name of a person. But if you're looking for some sort of meaning to the word Lexington because you've heard it so much in reference to addresses, just know it is not a word. It is indeed the name of someone. So a word, what is a word, right? Versus a concrete thing like Green Avenue or say Nostrand Avenue. Okay, so a word like green describes like a sort of color and a frequency, right? Of a certain frequency. Green, like the thing, is a green avenue, like it's Green Park. The car C series, that's the green car. So 2024, right? Is that a word? I don't know. I don't think so. I think a word is a word and a thing is a thing. They're separate. Words can describe things, but things don't necessarily have meanings that constitute it being a word. Like Lexington. Lexington is a thing. Lexington Avenue, Lexington Park, Mr. Lexington, the third, right? That is a person who have maybe stood for a whole bunch of other things, but Lexington doesn't mean anything. It's not a word-ish. It's not a word that means something. I'm gonna be here all day. Wi-Fi, sandwiches, good vibes. Is it possible I could just get the Wi-Fi and sandwiches? Good vibes, that's subjective, you know what I mean? Like, Popeyes baby back ribs. That's not how it is. Wrong company, wrong franchise. We're continuing our walk down, down, down. You know what I could have done? Brought my electric scooter. Could have done that, but it would have been almost impossible to film. There's no way I'm riding that thing with one hand. Hey, yo! All right, we're coming up on the Pentecostal House of Prayer. Clearly a sect of Catholicism, ultimately a sect of Christianity, ultimately a sect of Judeo-Christianity, also a sect, also a sect of monotheism, ultimately a sect of the what stands in stark opposition to paganism. So I was watching Dune. I already said that Dune wasn't interesting the first bit. The only reason why it was interesting was because a lot of the story and the history was sort of shrouded in mystery, which naturally lends interest, you know, and adds mystery, right? The main thing that I drew from Dune was, well, I mean, one of the things that I drew from Dune, because there was a whole bunch of things, but having to do with religion, it was like, it's the year 10,000. They still have this idea of the savior, right? Which is really interesting. Oh, the chosen one. Are we any closer to Queens? Technically, yes, we are. We are a tad bit closer to Queens. Are we as close as we should be? What kind of question is that, Sombra? Sure. Right? What is it? We're not gonna run to Queens. So there's a tennis court over there. I don't know if I should reveal this on camera, but it's one of the only tennis courts in the city that you do not need to have bought a permit for to use. You just go in, first come, first serve. You have some sort of order. Let's see if I can get in front of this guy. You have your own little order. Okay, I was here first, you're here second, this person came third, and that's it. And then you just play. And then of course you play for a reasonable period of time, then you move on. And of course it works the same way with other tennis courts that are a bit more popular that require a permit to use. But the lines for those are incredibly long. And seeing as this weather is only gonna get better now that we're in March, woo, March, woo. So those lines are gonna be like around the block, and I kid you not, it's true. I'm not a really good tennis player, but when I used to play, before I knew of those rules, I would go to these spots wherever there was a tennis court, you know? Because I just thought that that's how it worked. You just first come, first serve. But the lines were exceedingly long, and these guys were playing like full-on US Open games. And if you know about anything about those tennis matches, it's like 5 games, 7 sets each. No, come on. No. I'm telling you, I'm gonna look like, my stomach's gonna look like a Kenyan Olympian once I get to this place in Queens, man, I promise you. We get in there, we get in there, we're gonna get there, we're gonna get there, eventually, we're gonna get there, we're gonna get there. Will we have hair? Do we even have hair? Will we get there with all of our hair? I have no idea. I have no idea. Go back to school, you nitwit. We are in Lee Avenue and Lorimer. We are now in the midst, I could say that. We are in the midst of a Jewish neighborhood. Okay then, grape juice. That thing is, not only has high fructose corn syrup, I know about that brand. It's high in sugar, and it has high fructose corn syrup, which are incredibly bad for you. If it works for these guys, if it works for them, you know, screw it, man. Like, comment, subscribe, my friends. Like, comment, subscribe. Wait for these guys to pass. Toys for you. But there was something called Toys R Us, and that was super popular, of course. Not only it sold toys, as the name denotes, but it also sold video games. Oops, sorry. Of course it went bankrupt, actually, because as the serpent, we talked about a serpent before. We talked about that huge Leviathan-esque serpent, the name gentrification. There's another serpent, right? That's even greater than the one gentrification, probably even birthed gentrification. And it's called technological innovations. This serpent, 9 rows of teeth, could shoot energy blasts out of its mouth, right? Incredibly strong energy blasts. And its hunger is ravenous. Its loyalties lie with none. Because of this huge serpent, you know, Toys R Us sort of got out of business, and you know, places like the Apple Store reigned supreme, all due to technological progress. People would rather buy the digital versions of games versus buying the physical versions. That's just natural. Natural now, you see, it's natural like breathing. Lads, demons, agents, friends. We are in Lee Avenue right now. Maybe we're on a sect of Bed-Stuy, sect of Brooklyn, sect of New York, part of America. We're right in front of a Goldburger, not Goldfinger. I'm guessing it's some Jewish establishment where they sell very shiny things, right? Very appealing things that the customer believes will make them more liked and appreciated in their environment. We are currently in the midst of the neighborhood. I am probably seeming like some sort of a horrible antichrist, right? Just preaching with a t-shirt without a yarmulke. Anyway, we only have a few batteries and we have way more distance to go. So we're gonna keep going forward. I think in New York, you could go through so many different neighborhoods, and that's like in the course of an hour. We went through Prospect Heights, and then we went down to Bed-Stuy, and now we are in, I don't know what this place is called, but we're going through it, but it was completely different from Bed-Stuy. Wow, that's their own bus. We're not crestfallen in any way. We're not tired, exhausted. I could go for a bottle of water. So I'm gonna probably go into a bodega or a small store. See if I can get something to drink. Honestly, I'm thirsty. A nice car. One of Enoch's boys, I believe in just being resourceful, not being too much of a spender. It's a very, very nice car, I guess. Current mission now, we're gonna try to find a place to buy a bottle of water, right? Quench our thirst. We're passing by a department store here, which has a lot of little trinkets that I would have been interested in if I was a wee lad, when I was a wee lad. Things in the past deserve to stay in the past. Oop, sorry guys. And we're gonna keep, what is that building over there? It's an edifice, an obelisk, showing the might of the new technological innovation in this age, right? And that's what it is. Super expensive. You can only look in awe as you realize you can't really afford it. And how you doing, sir? And that's it. You can only dream. Hopefully none of you guys that are following this are aspiring to live in a place like that. And if you are, that's great. But please don't think that it's gonna bring you some inner value or some inner truths or anything, because it most likely won't. Maybe the journey, right? Depending on what kind of obstacles you surmounted and broke through, were sufficient enough to teach you something. All right, this is looking like a pharmacy. I don't know if it has anything to drink in there. No, nothing to drink. Let's keep going. Shimon, Shimon Lee, Shimon, Shimon, gotta, Shimon, gotta, Shimon. I'll be right back. Rush Hour 2, guys. Come on, man. Come on. So what this is, essentially, you could just derive the meaning from its name, is an expressway, a roadway, an autopista for the Spanish speakers, that runs through Brooklyn to Queens, and that's Brooklyn. I think it leads other spots outside of Brooklyn and Queens. I don't know. I don't have a car, and I've never explored the ends of these places, so I don't really know. It's known for being very, very crowded and full of gridlock, just because this is the only effective path that leads through Brooklyn to Queens. So imagine on any given work day, like during the work week, you would see these places crowded, full of cars, full of traffic. What kind of truth, metaphysical truth, can be divulged from this information? None, except this. Hey, look at that. The corner. Hopefully, they're not gonna charge an arm and a leg for a bottle of water. I think sort of before these like sort of excursions, right, it helps to have a price in mind. Not like you're doing some sort of new age manifestation trick, but it's just sort of you're setting boundaries, right? Which is another new age manifestation trick. You just gotta be open to life. Hopefully we're not paying more than $2 for a bottle of water. Let's go. All right, we got waters here. Let's get this one. This one probably we're gonna pay most likely like, how much is this?
That's 125.
Speaking my language. I like that. Barato. All right.
Thank you.
Gracias, ten un buen día. Listen. Sorry, man. So, we just copped this. I'm thinking, I was thinking about the bottle of water smaller than this, right? We're gonna pay like $175. Dude said $125. What? They still exist. They still exist. The bastions of affordable bottles of water. They still exist. Thank goodness. We just gotta walk. We just gotta walk and find them. Guys, we just figured out where exactly we are. We're in Borough Park. I think we were in Borough Park the moment we left Bed-Stuy. Now we know. We're that much smarter now. The more you know. Where are we? We got to, I think we need to walk this way until we get to the McGinnis Boulevard. Bruce Wayne's new protege? No. Maybe it has to do with an Irishman. Let's keep going. All right, we're passing Division Avenue. The Division. The Division. Sounds like some sort of some clandestine paramilitary force. Maybe it's really dividing the two different neighborhoods, right? We got the Borough Hall Jewish one over here, and then maybe whoever lives here. By the way, we still got a long way to go. We got to head to McGinnis Boulevard, and then we got to go over the bridge, and then we'll be in Queens, and then we just explore from there. I believe that people need to sort of get over the avatars that of the different religions that symbolize the tenets of all the religions that each of us sort of worship, and just sort of come together. I think that it's just that easy. In the Old Testament, David symbolized someone very powerful, right? But ultimately a man, because he was tempted by Bathsheba. For anyone that doesn't know the story of David, David was a powerful man, blessed by God. I think he came from son of Jesse, right? Son of Jesse, right? And David was meant to unite all of the tribes of Israel together and just be like a very powerful nation. What happened is that, David was doing his thing, beat the Philistines. We heard about him slinging Goliath. What led to David's downfall ultimately was David was tempted by a woman. She was the wife of someone else. So what David decided to do, he decided to sleep with the wife anyway, because he's like, I'm touched by God. Nothing bad could happen to me. And then he tried to placate the husband. He didn't tell the husband, right? But he tried to placate him saying, listen, you could have these glories, you could have this gold, you could have this, you could have all this. And then of course, the husband, being a man of God, was not willing to bend to any of these this guy's temptations. So what did David do? He put the man to death. All for a woman, right? I think that's insane. I'm just saying, personally, I wouldn't have done that, right? Personally, I wouldn't have done that. I'm not suffering from any syndrome where, I'm looking at the situation from bird's eye view and I know the beginning, middle, end. No, I wouldn't sleep with someone else's wife. Like, there's so many women. Like, why would you sleep with someone else's wife? And by the way, because of that action of David, which was preordained, by the way, it was destined to happen, all of his kin was cursed. Solomon, super smart guy. But he mixed with many different types of women and brought forth sons, the two sons that were constantly at odds, that warred against each other until the end of time, further and further dividing the tribes of Israel. Jacob. What is this story teaching us, my friends? That semen retention is much more important than you think. Semen retention is the closed door, the locked titanium shield that protects you from the sins and the temptation of the outside world. That's really what it does. If you're looking for another bastion of gentrification, look no further than this this Williamsburg place. Overpriced coffee. We already passed that. We're gonna get more. We're gonna head into that a little more. Overpriced rents. Gonna have that. Inaccessible social activities. That's everywhere. It's just here. It's just the bar is set incredibly high. Whenever I sort of reminisce on like a biblical tale or a parable, it sort of gets me a little sad. It's because a lot of these things could have been prevented due to a little bit of continence or a little bit of analysis, you know? Poor David, because of what he did, the entirety of his next of kin was cursed. Solomon even tried to break it, but he couldn't do it. But he could have, he had the chance, but it's just that he fell into sexual sin again. Which is why, you know, semen retention is such a very powerful practice. You do this, trust me, you do this practice, and, oh, my bad. You do this practice, and you are probably saving many future generations of yours. Seriously, not kidding. You have to control yourself, gentlemen. That's really what I'm saying. We're in Havemeyer. I thought it was Haymaker. Hey, listening to some bachata right here. What's going on, caballeros? ¿Cómo vas? Hey. Yeah, we were just passed by some. ¿Cómo vas, señor? We were just passing by some cool peeps, man. Passing by some cool peeps, man. I think we're in like the north part of Williamsburg. We're heading deeper. We're heading deeper. We're on Havemeyer. Havemeyer. Thank you, man. Thank you. I just got correct. I needed that correction because you got to say things correctly, man. Whether that be vocabulary words or location. We're at Havemeyer. Like, comment, subscribe. Right? If you don't want to subscribe, just lurk and look at my ascent. Not into the Mount Olympus or you know, Empyrean or anything, but just maybe I don't know, Mexico City, Colombia, one of them, right? Or Brazil, we'll see. Hola. What place is this? What's the name of this place?
This is called the Jack Bar.
Jack Bar.
Jack Bar. This is Linden Street Pizza.
So you heard it from them. If they said it's good, obviously it's good. They definitely look like New Yorkers.
Dog friendly.
Dog friendly as well. You can't beat it with a stick. How much is the pizza? How much you pay for it?
$30.
$30. And so the ice cream and cookie made it worth it. Right. Okay. Okay, so there's a lot more that's going on to this $30 bill. Right, and meaning, that's priceless. For everything else, it's MasterCard. See you guys, have a good one. That's okay, buy at your own risk, right? They said, what is it? It's like three cups of beer or something, 3 pints, ice cream, 4 slices of pizza, $30. Seems a little worthwhile, right? I mean, I don't drink. So how much is really a pint of beer? It's like $6. So if there's 3, okay, we can do some math actually and see if that place is worthwhile. So, okay, assuming the glass of beer, the pint, right? You gotta be correct. Pint of beer, $6, $18 because they bought 3. Ice cream and a cookie, 18. That might be worth it. So that means like, including the ice cream and the cookie and the 4 slices of pizza, that's all within the realm of $12. You know what? That's not a bad place. Not a bad place at all. Oh, we are reaching a dead end. All right, okay. I know exactly where to go. Sombra del Piso is never lost, right? What's going on, senor? Sombra del Piso is never lost, and we are just trying to find the lost, right? Let's just keep going. Havemeyer Vineria Natural con Cucina. This has got to be Italian because I don't think cucina is a Spanish word. Looks like a cool place. It's got a lot of Polaroid pictures. That's an aesthetic, don't forget. Hope Street. I hope to get to Queens at a reasonable time. I hope to get to... Bar restaurant actually. Okay. I think we're in Williamsburg. Let's We're gonna look at the map once again. We're gonna go down Havemeyer, and then we're gonna just keep going. It's a beehive of activity over here, man. All right, let's quickly sneak through. We're back on Havemeyer, right? Havemeyer. It's not Havemeyer. It's not some safe haven or anything. Havemeyer. Meyer is something, an object that I possess, right? It's a Pinkerton wine bar. Good Sunday for everyone to just sit around and drink and chat. New York has multiple sides. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's fish. For everything else, it's MasterCard. Gordy. All right, anyway, we're on N7, right? It sounds like some sort of sector for like a metropolis in the far future. N7. We have suspects, sir, on N7. Ring, ring, reloading. You know, like best pizza. So not only we passed Rose's Pizza, before that, prior to that, we passed some pizza place selling 4 slices of pizza for some exorbitant amount of money. Now we're passing by Best Pizza. Right. If they're selling 4 slices for $30, yeah, I might just fork out all my money. Let's look at the map once again, man. I think we're close. I think we're just gonna keep going, right? Go down Withers. Let's go down Withers, shall we? You know, I think I have a little soiree at Withers, if you don't mind. Driver to Withers. Can you lead me to Withers? I don't know, I'm very old, so my muscles are not atrophying, they're withering. You know, it's just this horrible thing. I'm in my mid-50s, everything's withering away. My sex drive, my excess harem, everything. Stop at Withers, can you, driver? I'm trying to find Potter and the rest of his mates. Withers is just a means to an end, you guys. I'm just trying to find, I'm trying to find McGinnis, man. We're gonna go down Withers. We have to go down Withers, and then we gotta turn the left on Humboldt. All right, let's go. We're gonna do this. Are we heading to Withers? Withers, shall we? Withers. We just made it onto Withers, I think. Withers Street. Hello, my dear friend. I say I'm on Withers, am I? Yes, sir, I dare say you are on Withers Street. Excuse me, I just want to talk about something. I'm not, you're not like a consultant or anything for emotional matters. But say my knees are withering away, and so is my... Hey. Los dominicanos están alrededor en cualquier locación y lugar in Nueva York, man. They're everywhere. It's crazy. All right, here we go. Reunion restaurant. Reunion. A reunion. Wouldn't you love to watch? Sapphira. Telling you, it's just the references are coming out. You guys gotta watch Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. I know right now Final Fantasy VII is looking pretty as hell. The graphics are amazing, but before all that stuff, we were given a gift, us lowly, unworthy fans. We were given Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. When that came out, that shut down this shop. If I didn't watch it 20 times, I didn't watch it once. That movie was amazing. Sephiroth did nothing wrong. Sephiroth is a victim, man. He's a victim. He's a victim of circumstances. I'm gonna say this. Wasn't he like a chimera, Sephiroth? Like the idea of him? Like he was fused with a whole bunch of other people, like other monsters and everything. So like his emotional range is just like calm to like berserk. So you could say, oh, you know, I would do this, I would do this. No, you wouldn't. You don't have a whole bunch of monster DNA flowing through you. We are outside, man. We're in Brooklyn somewhere, and we gotta head to the Polanski Bridge. First, we're gonna go to the McGinnis. I don't think anyone ever in Batman Beyond screamed Terry's name. We're gonna head to the McGinnis Boulevard, and then we're going to walk down there until we get to the Polanski Bridge. We'll cross the bridge, and then we're gonna be into Queens, where we're going to try to venture until we find Steinway Street. So we got an adventure in front of us and a limited amount of battery and no food in our belly. Imagine that. Let's keep going. I told ya. Bobby Holheim, take it easy. The Richter scale. Yep. It just gets me. It just gets me. Okay, where we at? Where's McGinnis? There's the BQE up here. A whole bunch of cars. BQE again. And we're hey! This is oh, we got a cross. Let's go. This is McGinnis. This is McGinnis. And that way is Queens. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. My young child, you are on the path. Now you must walk it. Okay. Thank you. There's no crosswalk here, so we're just gonna play gonna play this. So we're on the move, some of that Piso, doing a light jog in Brooklyn. We're heading towards the Polanski Bridge. And we're gonna cross it, and then we're gonna get into Queens. So we're not gonna get food for a really long time. I think my body understands that. Indubitably. Absolutely. Car wash. We at car wash, car shop. We at car shop. Your car shop. Hey, what's going on, man? Yo, hey, yo, I got a car right back here. A car that has 4 wheels. I got a steering wheel to sort of steer those wheels, you know what I mean? And then I got a pedal that connects to the engine that gives it horsepower to drive the car. You know what I'm saying? And this whole thing needs a wash because it's all protected by this sort of alloy, this metal that gets dirty over time because I live in a carbon-based environment. You know what I'm saying? Okay, sir, you just gotta line up behind the other guys with that aforementioned grandiloquent description of your vehicle. I might be a little late because, you know, like, there's a girl I gotta see, you know, there's always a woman, you know, I gotta see this woman, and like, if I see her, subconsciously, I think like, my life will be so much better, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta see her instantly. Well, my friend, you really shouldn't have gotten your car dirty or actually not have taken it to the car wash at this time. But if you would exercise patience, you would be able to eventually see your girl, maybe within the next hour. Yo, man, I like the cut of your jib. What? What? And I'm chilling in the club and I'm just getting a bottle of dub and I just want to get a dub and pay a dub so I can get in the club and get a girl so I can take her back home and do whatever I want. We are in a much more recognizable part of McGinnis Boulevard and we're just continuing up north, man, north. Nothing but north. Those kids are too young to look so sad. It's actually crazy. The only thing that would cast children like that into despair is probably, you know, knowing that they're not gonna get candy or ice cream within the next hour, or maybe they're not gonna sleep over at little Sophie's house after the day of entertainment is done. Maybe they had ice cream, it fell, and the parents refused to buy them more ice cream. It could be a whole bunch of reasons, but those kids look way too sad, man, it's crazy. Summer del Piso, here once again. We are at the head of the Polanski Bridge. Polanski, named after some Polish handyman, I believe, or some Polish soldier. How to tell Polish and Russian names from each other in their last names. If they have, like, for example, Polanski, S-K-I. If it's S-K-I, it's Polish. If it's S-K-Y, it's Russian. And that sort of applies to every other Polish and Russian surname. So, I don't know, I think this bridge is named after some handyman of some sort, whichever. It's still a beautiful day out, it's still warm as hell. My legs are still not worn out because everything is reinforced due to the practice of semen retention that I have harnessed within my being, my very vessel, for months. I'm gonna take all that harnessed energy and walk across this blasted bridge. So, Summer del Piso still in transit, and crossing this bridge is not gonna get us any. Well, it is technically going to get us closer. We still have a long ways to go after we cross this bridge to our destination point. So, like, comment, subscribe, share the video with some peers. If you don't want to share anything, if you don't want to do anything except mindlessly consume this content, that'll make me happy too. You know, I'd be satisfied with that. Let's go. Summer del Piso in transit. So we crossed that godforsaken Polanski Bridge. Now we have our work cut out for us. Yes. We're on Jackson Ave. We're in Queens. We're in Queens. Check this out. Check this out. Kumon, you want to learn. Pilates, you want to learn about yourself. Jungli, you want to learn about yourself in a very vulgar, intoxicating way, whilst being intoxicated. This is Queens. It has everything you want. That's necessary for your growth. Come to New York. If you want any more consulting on the aforementioned ways in detail, just call this number, 1-800-555-6789. Right, somewhere del piso here. We are on Jackson Ave, 47th Road. Jackson Ave, 47th Road. We're somewhere in Queens. We're heading all the way up Jackson Avenue. We're gonna turn a little on, I think, Northern, and then we're gonna go on 32nd Drive. And then we're gonna walk some more. We got a lot to walk. Remember, this distance from where we started out in Brooklyn to where we're going in Queens is no simple feat. It's very, very long, you know what I mean? So we're gonna head that entire distance, that entire way, that route, and then we're gonna chow for the first time for today. We haven't had anything to eat but a banana and a bottle of water that we paid $1.25 for, which is great. We are in like some sort of gentrified area of Queens, but it does have everything, as I showed you. If you want fried foods, go to Xi'an Famous Foods, where you'll have some sort of Szechuan cuisine reminiscent of the home place of the Terracotta Warriors. If you want to sort of learn about yourself in a sort of pseudo-spiritual way, go do Pilates, right, at that Pilates yoga studio. If you want to learn about yourself whilst intoxicated and understand your limits of what you could possibly do whilst intoxicated, there's a place called Jungling, all on the same block within 5 minutes of each other. But if you're ready for true mastery and ascension, subscribe to Somewhere Del Piso, but of course. So we're gonna continue all the way there. They call that point, that focal point, right at the end of your vision. The old philosophers and the old visionaries called it oblivion. So we're gonna head towards oblivion, and then we're gonna turn a little, you know, and whatnot, and then get some food. Like, comment, subscribe. Join La Liga de Sombras, which is the Discord server with like-minded individuals that hopefully do not partake in the beautiful traditions, the very attractive traditions of the modern world, right? But if they do, that's cool. You know, obviously everyone's a work in progress, right? So join La Liga de Sombras. The link is in the description below. Let's keep going to oblivion, right? And beyond. One day, if I don't make it, right? Maybe if I die tomorrow, that's it. I won't make it. But I'm just saying, if I don't make it to like Brazil, you know, to live, or if I don't make it to like South America to live, I think I'll settle for Queens. If I could afford Queens, but I can't afford South America, then I choose Queens. Then clearly I'm doing something wrong. So scratch that. There's nothing. We have a will and we have a way. We have a will, we just gotta find the way, that's it. The way's gonna be a little hard, but we're gonna make it. 47th Ave, Palmina Delegati place. Delegati. Let's say, I want to talk to Delegati. You're talking to my mother like that? You referencing my mother with that mouth? Sir, I heard Delegati has the best pasta. I just would really like to try it. You stereotyping my mother? You stereotyping my mother with that mouth? You think she makes good pasta? Is that what you think? This is what I heard. I saw it on Yelp. Everyone's talking about this place. Your mother is a great cook. I'm just playing with you, buddy. Yeah, come on in. Yeah, she's making some puttanesca. Not a reference to how she was as a character when she was young and had much more energy. Look at this. Look at this. This is what everyone else that doesn't live in New York imagines New York to be. A heap of tall buildings, skyscrapers, incredibly inaccessible to the majority. You do have a chance to work at this place, you do. And that's the limit of your access. Anything else is that's you're gonna have to do something illegal or be incredibly risky and incredibly lucky in that order in order to have access to one of these places. Oh, this is the Institute for Contemporary Art. There's this whole like stereotype, right, of contemporary artists and like their shows. There's shows that are just like off the wall, you know. My sister had this show that she was doing lighting for, and so she invites mom and I to this show, right? Contemporary art show in near Wall Street. So we go to this show. We sit down. There was this blonde dancer. She was like the head of the star of the show, and she begins the show by placing all of these beakers right in front of her, right? Of various liquids of various colors, and amounts and so on and so forth. She does like this weird, irregular rhythmic dance in front of the beakers. She would do like the dance move, right? It's completely off beat. The beat was even irregular as well. And she takes the beaker periodically, pours into another beaker, does a little mix whilst doing a little jig, and then puts it down, and then does that irregular rhythmic dance again and does it again. This must have been going on for like 10-15 minutes. I turned to mom after like the 7th minute. I'm like, Mom, you know, what do you think, you know, with my face? She's like, whispers to me, Sombra, let's get the hell out of here, right? This sucks. Of course, we didn't leave, you know, that was just mom expressing her disdain for the whole contemporary arts piece or whatnot. My sister ended up, obviously she knew the star of the show. We talked to her after the show. You know, I'm playing devil's advocate. I thought it was interesting because art is just, you know, it's perspective. There's no such thing as bad art. I asked the question to the woman. I'm like, what was the inspiration? What was the source material for the inspiration behind your choreography, right? So she's like, I don't know. This is like a reflection of the modern world where we have so many options and we entertain one option. And once we entertain the option, we're tired of that option. We try something else. And I was like, okay, I sort of get it. I get it. Yeah, it was good. That's pretty genius. This is nuts. This is we're in Queens, man. This is Queens.
Are you still gonna do it or not? If I come to home.
That's it. What did Cameron said? You're gonna get a knot, right? What are you gonna do it, or are you not gonna do it? Like, just give me an answer. Give me a straightforward answer. I've never actually walked down this avenue ever, but it's warm. And we're gonna do a lot more exploring, man. We're gonna find Sombra in the Bronx. Maybe we'll have a little bit of money to use. We'll rent a car. We'll go somewhere, man. We'll just go somewhere. All right, we are in the intersection of 44th Drive and Jackson Ave, and we could steal some ground. Let's go. Interesting intersection. I don't know if it's very intuitive to a pedestrian. Enoteca.
Every fucking Wednesday.
We got the denizens of New York arguing, cursing about something minor. I think you'll see that in every society, right? I mean, that's what you talk about. You don't talk about anything deep. You won't go to like a restaurant that has like seats on the corner of the block and then talk about like something profound, right? You just don't do that. I think naturally you wouldn't even hear anyone talk about anything profound anywhere. Look at this place, man. All right, next time we're gonna take a train. What are they gonna do? Look at that, how's that for art? Now this is art. Blood art technique. A painting of the soul. What makes art so alluring too is that it's like fantasy. It's like you can't touch it, right? So I guess this is definitely art to me because you never see me live in this place, no matter what happens to me in my life. VIP, VIP, hey. So we're gonna continue walking down and eventually we're gonna get to where we need to get to. Wait, stop. One of us needs to die in the fire, brother. The fire rises. Oh, we just passed all of this. Look at this, okay. We got some religious, well, some biblical chapters and verses here. Ooh. What's going on in there? Sounds like some sort of a ascended orgy. Oi, 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 oi. This is what we're doing. Queens. Okay. Bane. Bane. He's like, I could help you find the mask of the man. Bane. 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 Huh? I don't think any League of Shadows member has powers of any sort except Ra's al Ghul. who sort of delved into sorcery of some sort. But that's about it. We got Lady Shiva, master of CQC. We got Deathstroke, master of CQC. We got Damian Wayne, master of CQC. We got Bane, master of CQC. Like, these guys are all good with their hands, man. It's crazy. Cheshire, master of CQC. What's good? What's happening?
What's the YouTube channel?
Sombra del Piso. Thank you. Yeah, please follow, man. Thank you, thank you. I talk about a lot of stuff though, like men's health, semen retention, if you know anything about that.
Nah, yeah, I fuck with all that.
You know, I got you, I got you. Sombra, S-O-M-B-R-A. Probably the first thing that pops up. That guy. I'm getting there. We're getting there. Thank you, thank you. Please, stay tuned. Thank you, thank you. Gonna say the emotional ranges of the graffiti designs, they get me every single time, man. Gonna say. I gotta look up the lyrics from that one, man. We are on the last leg. We're on the last battery. And I think we are a little closer to where we are trying to get to. So that's good. I think we are 1, 2, 3 blocks away from where we're going. So that's good too. I'm gonna cut this off right now and we're gonna cut back once we get to the restaurant. So hang tight, of course, like I always say, like, the comment, with a subscribe, right? Share with your peers. Of course, join La Liga de Sombras because it's a wonderful, wonderful Discord server where the people that are even more wonderful therein will greet you and communicate with you with wonderful advice and life experiences and so on and so forth. Peace. See you guys in the next one. Stay radiant, of course. Don't let this world get you down. Remember, it is just a figment. This place it's a wonderfully crafted construct, a matrix of matrices within this matrix of beautiful designs, mathematics, self-writing conditions, self-correcting conditions, and that's about it. Hopefully, we could rise above this and sort of ascend to yet another self-governing location, matrix. Hopefully we can just get out. That's what I hope. So anyway, peace, stay radiant. I'll see you guys in the next one.